Welcome back to Let's Replay Neverwinter Nights 2 original campaign. This is Big Los, and we are in Neverneath, underneath Castle Never. It's currently being attacked by a Shadow Reaver, and we have to get to Lord Nasher before he is killed, I guess. But we can take all the time we want. It really doesn't matter. It's not timed. There's no Mario timer. So we get to this room and there's a statue and our way is barred until we talk to it. Be aware that you approach the sepulchre of Lord Halueth Never. My duty in life and my pact in death is the defense of this castle I built with my two hands. Continue onward and your loyalty to Neverwinter will be tested. Friends of Neverwinter will have naught to fear. To those who are foreign or enemies of Neverwinter, be you from Illus, the wilds, or someplace unknown, your presence will be cleansed. Now we can go this way. But first, we zoom out, we see that there are a bunch of ice mephits. Maybe that they're ice mephits are vulnerable to fireballs. I killed one, but not all of them, so let's throw another one. Let's tell this guy to attack.
Press the attack, quickly!
Well, that killed a bunch of them. Looks like some of them are, I guess, afraid? Yeah, looks like the fear got them. Is that what it says? Yep, Will Save versus Fear. They would need to roll a natural 20 in order to beat that DC. These things have damage reduction. Well, that should be it. What? No treasure bags? Very well then, we will advance to another statue. Aha! We have a bunch of fire mephits. Now, before we answer the statue's question, let's hit these guys with a cone of cold. I'm sure it could go through, right? I guess it can't go through that door. It looks like these fire mephit saves are a little bit higher. Alright, I guess we'll have to answer the question first. Mine are the hands that built Neverwinter, but not without my loyal fingers. How many fingers have I? Well, that would be the Neverwinter Nine now, wouldn't it? Yes, these hands led the 9 fingers to victory over Illus. And we get 200 XP for answering that quickly. Oh, they're actually damaging my mummy. I don't have any ice storms. I wonder if I have one over here. No? What about in the bag of holding? Oh wow, I'm getting up to my maximum. I usually never even approach my maximum. Should start selling some stuff. That's right, some of these things we can grind up and give to Cora. There's some other things that we could sell. Some plate molds. I actually was thinking about making a mithril full plate for Chandra, because I think her dex bonus is +3, so it would be perfect for her. Yeah, I have a bunch of monster drops to give to Cora here, but it doesn't look like I have any ice storms. Nope. I could probably do another cone of cold, though. Yeah! And we have a drop over here. 10 gold pieces, that's about it. We We have a scroll of soundburst. Unfortunately, we can't use it. Now, I think there was a secret in here somewhere. Yes. But we can't get in here because this is the way that you go if you get the question wrong. The door is sealed shut. There is no way to open it. Now, there are some other secrets that you can get into. What name has the lake beside Neverwinter? That would be Black Lake. Yes, it is named for the black blood the orcs spilled within the lake when we liberated this land. And we got another 200 XP. We have some more ice mephits. Let's throw a fireball at them. Kill off most of them. Yeah, one left.
This one stands no chance.
Come on, I selected my crossbow. What's the matter? How many times do I have to press the button? There we go. Killed it. Alright, let's grab these treasure bags. We got some bullets here, completely useless. Potion of Cure Light Wounds. Actually, another potion of Cure Light Wounds. Alright, so now we have another statue and another question. Were you an enemy of Neverwinter, where would you be buried? In the Tomb of the Betrayers. Yes, Neverwinter is distinct from the savages that surrounded by the mercy we show to our defeated foes. And we get another 200 XP. Alright, we have more fire methods. This time I want to try Circle of Death.
Ne culpa troche gola.
Oh, we still have two of them. Yeah. Nice. Got 23 bolts out of that, just regular bolts. Now, I think we're missing some doors somewhere. Seems like the way to get the best treasure is to not answer these correctly, but then you don't get the XP and you don't get the special item at the end. State the more common name for the artery of Neverwinter. That's Neverwinter River. Yes, the Neverwinter River is called our artery for the warmth of its waters, for the blood spilt in the defense of Neverwinter. See, this is where you go if you don't get it right, and then you go into here, and then you come out here. And then there's harder monsters in here. But I don't think you get 200 XP. How close are we? We are about... Looks like about 389 experience points. So 2 more questions ought to do it. Should level up then. And we have more fire methods. Oh, goody. Well, why don't we drop a scintillating sphere on them? Or, better yet, a vitriolic sphere. Since they're fire methods, they are immune to fire.
I hear Chromis poyen.
Oh, this is the case where we have both in the room. But looks like I killed most of them. Yep. And now we can do many scorching rays on the rest of them. Actually, let's move to get our mummy in here. Ah, they got the fear. Yes! Nice. Did this one over here drop anything? No. Alright, we got 3 treasure bags. We have 8 gold pieces. Potion of Cure Moderate Wounds. 9 bolts. Another statue. Where might an enemy of Neverwinter find a map of our city? Nowhere. It's forbidden. I think I read that in a previous episode. Yes, a friend of Neverwinter would never reveal a map to its enemies. We get another 200 XP. There's no way to open it unless you answer the question wrong. And I think this is the last statue right here. How many gates must one pass through from Neverwinter's harbor to her castle? There are 3 gates. Yes, 3 mighty gates, but so that if one falls, the others will prevail. And we have gained enough XP to level up. So let's do that real quick. We've maxed out our Arcane Scholar of Candlekeep levels. We can't gain any more. Now we're going to gain a wizard level, and I think we're going to get access to level 9 spells. So we can't do this anymore. And it recommends wizard, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to increase concentration. Heal. Lore. Spellcraft. Tumble. And use magic device. And then we're going to save these 5 for later, it looks like. Okay. Yes, indeed, we have access to level 9 spells. Since we are about to lose access to illusion, we're going to pick spells from the School of Illusion. We have energy drain. We don't need that. This is a great spell. I love this spell. We're going to get it later, though. We have this one. This is one of the best spells in the game. Extremely strong. Warning Canaan's just disjunction. It's like Dispel Magic on steroids. Shades. Yeah, not my favorite spell, but it is an illusion spell. Shadow Simulacrum. This is another illusion spell, and we're going to pick this one. Reaches into the plane of shadow and creates a shadow duplicate of the creature touched by the caster. This shadow creature retains all the abilities of the original, but is created with only 3/4 the current hit points of the original. No memory spells are lost. So this is like Glass Doppelganger, except instead of 1/4, it's 3/4 of the hit points. And it has 20% concealment and immunity to negative energy damage. Creatures with more than double the caster's level and hit die are immune to this spell. There's not going to be many creatures that are going to have double my hit die. Maybe a Nightwalker, but that might be it. And then this is a great spell right here. Weird. And this is an illusion spell, so we're going to take this. This is like Phantasmal Killer, but it's an area of effect, so you can kill a whole bunch of enemies this way. Those, if they make a fortitude save, if they fail a fortitude save, they die. Actually, no. It says if they make a will save, if they fail the will save, it touches them and they must make a fortitude save. If they fail the fortitude save, they die. If they succeed the fortitude save, they still take 3d6 points of damage, because it's their own mind causing damage to their bodies, like in that movie The Matrix. Creatures with less than 4 hit die automatically die without any saves. It's too strong for them. And then I guess we'll do this one, Shadow Simulacrum. I don't think we'll be able to scribe this, because we can't scribe Glass Doppelganger. For some reason, we can't scribe certain illusion spells. It's weird. I don't get it. And I believe there are only 3 level 9 illusion spells. So we're taking 2 right now, and then we'll have Sand take 1. Let's see, enchantment, necromancy, enchantment, evocation, abjuration. There's 1. Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one that's left for level 9. I think we have them all for 8. I'm pretty sure we have all of these for 7. We do. I mean, we only have 2 left. That's crazy. I think we have all the ones for 6. I think we have all the ones of 5. In fact, we have almost all the ones for 5. Four, we don't have greater invisibility. I think that's the only one we don't have. Otherwise, we have almost all the spells here. 3, I think Mass Curse of Impending Blades. Oh no, that's a necromancy spell. No, I think we have them. No, Displacement is the one we don't have. Which is funny. Isn't there like a Cloak of Displacement that we can get? Can we use that to scribe a scroll? I mean, I don't see why not. It's a good trick to use. What about here? Here's another illusion spell, Blade Weave. Yeah, we don't have very many left. In fact, we don't have very many spells left, period. Yeah. No, we've done fairly well. Okay. Next. And we actually have some scrolls that we can scribe. We have Energy Drain, Wail of the Banshee, Mass Hold Monster. Wait a minute, I already have this? How do I have this? This is a level 9 spell. I don't have this. Unless it's not level 9. I have Ethereal Jaunt. That's not the same thing. What is going on here? Is this one of those weird... Oh, it is Ethereal Jaunt. Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. This says Ethereal Jaunt. We examine it, it says Etherealness level 9. What the hell? You and all party members within 10 feet become ethereal, meaning that no creature can detect you. You mean I'm just saving this for no reason? Ah, damn it. So this is the same thing as level 7 Ethereal Jaunt. This is 6 seconds per level. And what about this one? 60 seconds per level. So we don't have access to this spell, or it's hopelessly flawed if it's gonna cast Ethereal Jaunt, and there's an actual spell called Etherealness, which is like the same thing, but it lasts a lot longer. Man, what is going on here? That's something we have already. Summon Creature 9. We don't have that one. In fact, I should have Eleni do Scribe Scrolls as, like, the last feat that she's going to take. What level is that? That's like level 18, isn't it? Yeah, then she won't get anything else. So I guess it's either that or what is it? It's either that or Elephant's Hide. And I did want to do Elephant's Hide, but I think I would rather have some summon creature spells scribed. And the best way is just to get them from Eleni. Yeah, I mean, we already have most of the spells. We need to pick 3 more. So we're going to do 2 instant death spells. And energy drain. And then level 6. What should we pick? Another undeath to death. That's pretty useful. Yeah, we'll do that for right now. If I want to change later, I will. Alright. So let's head off this way. That's the way that we can't go because it's locked. It says there's no way to open it. You have been proven to know Neverwinter, but for Neverwinter to know you, you must declare your loyalty to her. Alright, we're gonna go more lawful. I declare my loyalty to Neverwinter, which shifts us 1 point towards it. So be it. The stone of this castle bears witness to your fealty. Protector of Neverwinter, take your place among us. We get 200 XP for that. And then there are a bunch of statues here. And treasure chests, but I wonder why they're locked. I thought they're supposed to be unlocked if we get everything right. These floating swords won't attack you. Statue. The 9 will protect my resting place from any who approach. But one of the 9 is missing. Take his place to join my side. Shosei, 5th of the 9. 3 dragons could not slay him. Alas, the treachery of the 4th. Thracier, 4th of the 9. His death as a traitor does not release him from service. Floshabel, 3rd of the 9. She never bore a child, but was mother to newborn Neverwinter. Galavren, 2nd of the 9. The only one who remembers the promise left unfulfilled. Talvin, 1st of the 9. Shall not rest until his sword takes its rightful place. Slade, last of the 9. Sadly, his first day was his last battle. Tamper, 8th of the 9. Youngest of us all, who kept all of us young. Nahalian, 7th of 9. His chest caught an Elisk arrow meant for mine. Coneth, 6th of the 9. His blood was impure, but none ever doubted his heart. So I'm guessing we have to go up here. And then we have to approach. So we got the Rod of Never and a longsword, which is the Blessing of the Daystar. Unfortunately, we can't use it, but we can give it to somebody. It's +3, +5 versus undead, and 1d6 points extra damage versus evil. Not really a great weapon. The Rod of Never is an object created by Lord Halueth Never that was used to control the magical defenses of Castle Never. Okay, we're gonna take it.
I cannot travel quickly carrying all this.
Of course not, it's heavy. The 9 are assembled and one duty remains for me. I bequeath this, the Rod of Never, to the new Lord of Castle Never. Deliver it to him that he may use it to protect Neverwinter from its savage enemies. So we got 1000 XP for correctly solving the puzzles. And it wants to activate improved combat expertise. Let's do it now. Okay. We'll put that in there. Alright, we are unencumbered now, so we have the Rod of Never. It doesn't really do anything. All the swords are gone, it looks like. Triggered a trap. I thought all these were supposed to unlock. Can we use the Rod of Never on them? No, it says you cannot use that item. Man. Well, it's a good thing we have the Chime of Opening, don't we? Let's use it. I think that'll get 3 of them. What? 12 gold pieces? The Wizard's Ally. This gives us 3 bonus spells. It's +2. It gives you immunity to mind-affecting spells, and it has spell resistance 14. Sounds like we'll get a lot of money for that. What about this thing that was trapped over here? Isaac's Greater Missile Storm, 2 diamonds, and Stone to Flesh. I don't know if we have this one. No, we don't, but now it's in our spellbook. Well, that's good. 1 less spell to memorize. What was the other one? It was Greater Missile Storm? Where's that one? Oh, here it is. Yep, definitely already have that one. 65 gold pieces and 2 things of armor. Hide armor +1. Chainmail +1.
I cannot travel quickly carrying all this. I cannot travel quickly carrying all this.
And we have only 3 more slots before our bag is filled up. Stupid trap, but I'm immune to poison, so it doesn't matter. Greater Stone Skin, we already have it. Ah, yes! Another level 9 spell. Gate. It's actually a great spell. So let's replace Energy Drain with Gate. So we gain a level, and we gain almost all of the level 9 spells that are available. And over here we have the Mirrored Armor. Oh, nice. Max Dex +4. And gives you spell resistance 14, and it's +3.
I cannot travel quickly carrying all this.
Alright, I think we're ready to move on. Guyvin will be interested in hearing about this place. And we got another 100 XP just for exploring. We wanted to know about 3 places. We have 2 of the 3. I'm not really sure what the 3rd one is. But once we tell them 3, then we'll get, I think, a special item for it. Some type of buried crossbow.
This Shadow Reaver may seem a difficult foe, but hold your ground! And reinforcements shall be here soon.
Okay, it says XP granted for going through Neverneath to reach the throne room. 500 XP for that. So we're just gaining XP left and right. Which is good, I could use some right now. The way I figure it might be difficult to get up to level 20 at this point. We can't go this way through the tapestry, can we? No, but we can go through this door, right? This is where we came from, but it's locked now. Alright, here we go. And here's the Shadow Reaver. Let's cast Disintegrate on him. What? He has 22 to his fortitude. That sucks. Let's tell this thing to attack.
Press the attack, quickly!
So how did we get damaged? Oh, he damaged me? How? Where is this Shadow Reaver? There he is. Well, I think he might have some spell resistance. Why don't we try Finger of Death, even though he's probably immune to it. No, stop blocking the mummy. Let the mummy go in. Okay, now we can cast Finger of Death. Hey, you see that? Fortitude save versus death. Failure. He failed by 2 points. He should be dead. Alright, let's let the mummy through. Stupid mummy. Go in and attack now. Lord Nasher's not doing anything. Draining Blast. It must be a warlock. You got something to stop him from casting spells? Looks like he made his fortitude save. Never mind. How about we drop the vitriolic spirit?
I hear Crommy's poem.
Alright, let's cast Jedley's Loop on him.
Lay me the ring.
Did I do more damage to the mummy than to the enemy? Damage remaining absorbs 17 points of electrical. Alright, let's hit him with the missile storm then. Let's see, he has shield cast on himself. Well, he defeated my mummy, so it's time to bring in a vampire. Did everybody just get knocked down? Oh. I guess the battle's over. Okay.
Assassins. They sent assassins here. So this is how this enemy fights, with shadows instead of cold steel.
Are you alright?
I am unharmed, though I should see to the men stationed on the walls and in the keep. This King of Shadows, his forces are powerful. Is that the Rod of Never you carry? Let me see it. I had heard the rod rested below, but none have been able to enter Lord Halueth's tomb. It seems the ancient alarms of the keep open the way. With this rod, I should be able to open some of Castle Never's oldest secrets. It seems some good has come from this surprise attack. I think this enemy fears to face us on the field of battle. He fears to face Neverwinter and all its knights, and that now includes you. You have earned this through your deeds, the title of Knight in Service to Neverwinter.
Thank you, my lord.
Don't thank me yet. I haven't given you your orders.
My lord, there are certain rites for inducting knights that must be...
Naval, I knighted you at Redfellow's Watch in the mud with orcs surrounding us. Ceremonies can wait. Now bow and be knighted.
A knight of Neverwinter is entitled to land, a keep, and forces, my lord.
And he shall have them. But you, Knight Captain, and your efforts here, you have served Neverwinter beyond the call of duty, risking your life not once, but several times without hesitation. If there is anything that I think will be the light against this shadow that comes against us, it is you and the fortress I have granted you. I offer you an honor. To become one of the Neverwinter Nine, the protectors of Neverwinter, the surrounding lands, and most importantly, its people.
What lands and gold does the title convey?
Precious little, Knight Captain. You will find that service is its own reward.
Naval is right. While the title carries much, you will find little time to spend it.
I am grateful and I accept, Lord Nasher.
Very
cannot
well.
travel quickly carrying all
For your
this.
efforts at Crossroad Keep and your battles against these minions of Shadow, I convey upon you the mantle of one of the Neverwinter Nine.
And a much-deserved title it is, Knight Captain. We welcome you into our ranks.
But on to the matters at hand. You have done more to halt this beast's advance than any of my knights. When he strikes, you are there to counter it, but that is no longer enough. I am tired of waiting for this enemy to strike. I want you to find this King of Shadows. I want this beast to answer for the blood of every guardsman slain here tonight. If he crosses Neverwinter again, I want it to be the last time. To the servants of Neverwinter here before me, all fighting men of Neverwinter must take to the field to face this foe. You have seen one of its servants, and as terrible as it may seem, it can be beaten, and so can our enemy. You must spread the word. Help your neighbors to evacuate their homes as we fortify the walls of Neverwinter. We cannot allow our people to be placed in jeopardy. We alone must face this threat. Go now, and do what you can to prepare for the coming battle.
And so a strategy must be formed. These Reavers, whatever these things of Shadow are, there is no way the Grey Cloaks can fight them. If our enemies cannot be killed.
They are pawns only. Powerful, yes, but not the true threat. The base that the enemy is striking from. If we cannot reach it, then we cannot take the battle to him. He can send his soldiers out without fear of counterattack, and there is nothing we can do but fall back.
Even if these ruins could be reached, we still need more men. Between the plague and the war with Luskan.
Then we will gather more men, but not just men. This enemy threatens not just us. We must make allies, and we must do so quickly. There is much to be done, I think. But I have faith in your efforts. It is said that the captain of Crossroad Keep is the lord of the manor in all but name. Now I've named it for you. But it will not be enough. I am in need of answers, information, and as many soldiers as you can gather. I need to know how these Shadow Reavers can be killed, and how I can reach their master.
And we need allies wherever they can be found, from all the races, all the peoples. This is not our war, it is theirs, whether they know it or not.
Yeah, all of a sudden you want to get everyone's help just because you don't think that you can do it yourself. How can I find out how to defeat the Shadow Reavers?
We asked the enemy. We still have some of the Arcane Brotherhood in our dungeons. Let them provide us with answers. See to it.
There must be some way to reach the King of Shadow's stronghold.
My lord, I believe Aldenon is already searching for a means by which we can reach the King of Shadow's stronghold.
Half the task will be him finding it, and the second task will be trying to understand him when he explains it.
Where can allies be found?
There are old alliances that Neverwinter had years ago, in the days before I took the crown. I need you to reforge these alliances. Without more troops, this battle is already lost. A clan of dwarves, the Iron Fist clan, is said to have returned to their clanhold in Old Owl Well after the pass was liberated by Neverwinter. Perhaps they would be grateful enough to aid us in the coming battle. But we cannot count on them being able to join the effort. And even so, there is still the matter of the King of Shadows.
What about the lizard men?
The lizard men of the Mare? What of them?
Will they fight for us?
The men of the Mare have always existed in an uneasy truce with them. With a common enemy, it is possible.
I do not think any lizard man would be quick to come to the aid of Neverwinter, even if we could speak with them.
Yet, if they would join us, they know the terrain, perhaps even know about more of the movements of the King of Shadows through the Mere. If you think you can contact them and persuade them to help us, then may the gods smile upon you. Such allies might give us the edge we need.
Okay, so I think we've asked both of these already, so let's just do number 3. I shall see to it at once.
Then I shall leave you both to these preparations. I must attend to the troops and the war effort. You are to attend to the King of Shadows. Of all our knights, no one has a greater chance of finding his weakness than you. I shall gather our forces, but you must show me where we must march. Return to Crossroad Keep and begin preparations. Naval will go to assist you, and he will remain there as long as needed. Now, go!
Alright, so I think our first task is to level up our entire party. And I also want to build that wizard's tower so I can get access to even more level 9 spells than I already have. Okay, here's everyone. So I guess we're going to have another extended cutscene. Oh, wait a minute. I got something, didn't I? The Neverwinter 9 tunic. It's +2, minus 10% arcane spell failure. Bonus feat expert tactician. Improves con by 2. Only Neverwinter 9 can wear it, which means we can't, but we can definitely sell it. Alright, now we can move around just as easily as before.
We heard about what happened at Castle Never, the attack. It's good to see you're all right.
To attack Castle Never? The King of Shadows? Garius? Oh, they're getting bold, they are.
So, did you get any gold along with the knighting ceremony? I mean, not that you'd carry it with you, since I already checked your pockets and your bags.
What efforts are being made in the war? Will Nasher commit his forces? And what of Waterdeep and the Lord's Alliance?
Know that word of all of this has traveled before the Kalakcha. Our duty is to carry the battle to the King of Shadows, his servants, and gather others who feel the same.
What's going on with the lighting? Why is it so bad? Am I equipped with some type of item that's causing everybody to be all lit up like that? Nasher wants me to find a way to kill the Shadow Reavers.
No, that will not be easy. Every time they are struck down, they reform. The only losses in battle with them will be ours.
There must be a way. Evil always has a weakness. We just have to find it.
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? The thing is, how long do you look and where?
Pardon me, but sometimes these things come to you. I mean, we can't be the only ones the Reavers have threatened or hurt. We already have crossed paths with a bunch of allies and people and sorcerers and sages we never even knew before. And we did much of that through serendipity. So have a little faith. Maybe an answer will come to us.
Know that this may be the best we can hope for. We should search, But the problem of the Reavers may be one that only time can aid us with.
We have to find some way to penetrate the claimed lands and strike directly at the King of Shadows.
The claimed lands kill all life that enter it. We wouldn't be able to reach the King of Shadows in time. The movement through the mare is never swift, even in the best of times.
If there's a path at all, we'd still need to know where we were going. And even then, we'd probably die getting there.
I don't think there's an easy path. As much as I hate to say it, I think we should ask Algernon for advice on this.
Nasher asked me to bolster Crossroad Keep's forces by forming alliances.
Alliances are made to be broken, if agreed to at all. Good luck trying to get anyone to join our side in these times.
Clan Iron Fist will help. They may take some convincing, but they wouldn't back down from a fight if they thought it was just.
The lizard folk should not be ignored. They once made their homes in the mare, and the King of Shadows has driven them out.
The lizards?
Their history with settlements along the mare is bloody, but they are fiercely territorial and are likely to hate the King of Shadows even more.
And we could look at last for the Wendersnaven.
Oh, gods.
No, they're not gods. They're the Wendersnaven. They exist, even if you can't see them with the eye, or touch them. They see all, know all, and have incredible powers. If they are on our side, we have a good chance of winning.
Oh, really? And how do we find something you can't see or touch and most likely exists in your head?
There's 2 sages at Port Last that are said to know something of the Wendersnaven. We could ask them.
Then it seems we have a number of roads open to us, and an army to build.
Alright, so we need to go form a party so we can start leveling it up. But before we do that, we have some people to talk to. Here's Sir Duval. Well met, Captain. Nasher has assigned me to support your efforts here in Crossroad Keep. I've spoken with Bevel. He informs me that he has the resources now to rebuild the ruined tower in the courtyard. It is your choice, of course, but I would recommend building a guard tower for the Nine to use as a base of operations. How go your efforts? I'm still preparing our forces. I will return, because we already know what the orders are. And look, here's Bevel. This is where we can recruit him. I heard you were the knight captain of the keep. But it was hard to believe. Nice to see you, Janek. I looked for you in West Harbor. I thought you'd been killed. No, I had already left West Harbor. I guess I was on the road when it happened. I heard about the war, so I decided to don the gray and do my part. Gallagher was plenty steamed, but I kept thinking that West Harbor wouldn't really need me. Not as much as you would, anyway. Near as I could tell, I must have left town just before, before they all died. I'm sorry about your family. I remember how my mother cried when I left. She was so sure she'd never see me again, and I told her, Mom, I'll be fine. I'll be with Janek. I promise I'll be fine. And I was right, but so was she. Have you heard about any other survivors? I don't think your father was there when it happened, Janek. He left town when I did. He even walked with me a ways down the road. Hardly said a word, but he wouldn't tell me where he was going. He just disappeared into the swamp. I'm not sure about any other survivors. Tarmus, maybe. He came to my mother one night, very late. He said he had some arcane way out of town. I guess he was offering to take us with him, but he didn't know where we'd end up. Mom said he was crazy and tossed him out of the house. I didn't see him around town after that. How did you find out about West Harbor? It was just rumors at first, and I didn't believe them. But then that companion of yours, Bishop he calls himself, he said you'd been there and seen for yourself. After that, I didn't see much point in holding out hope. What will you do now? Connor's been having me patrol the walls, but I think she plans to make a sergeant out of me. Sees militia experience is in high demand here. I'll remain here, Janek, for as long as you have a place for me. You have my vow on that. So, how can we recruit you? Janek, that companion of yours, Bishop, he told me that West Harbor's gone, that everyone's dead. The other cloaks say that Bishop's a liar, but it's true, isn't it? The villagers were consumed by Shadow. Nothing of them remains. I remember how my mother cried when I left. Yeah, we already went through this. Grief is best channeled into action. Remember that. Nice to see you again. Always is. What are they training you in these days? Most of the Great Cloaks are simple farmers. They never had to fight off a pack of swamp wolves. Some of them never held a weapon before they joined up. Kinda needs people with skill in arms, and also anyone that can lead men. Every one of the militia at home had that. She's teaching me about being a sergeant, but she's got a strange way of going about it. Like what? She goes on about the way of the sword, and she pretty much expects every one of us to charge death itself buck naked armed with a skinning knife if need be. That's good, but in my estimation, soldiers have to help the people too. We watch the trade roads and interact with people all the time. They're going to give me men to teach, and I don't know if I should follow Kana's example or try to get them to be proficient both with manners and words too. Teach them obedience and achieving objectives at all costs. That's what makes an ideal soldier. So, we went towards lawful evil. That's good. That's what I wanted. I see, Captain. Anything else? Why did you join the Great Cloaks? I wanted to make a difference. There's a lot of problems in the Mare, and I think you're going to do something about it. Captain. Are you telling me everything? No, but it's difficult to talk about. Haven't really told, well, anyone. We're friends. You can talk to me. After you left West Harbor the first time, I was heading out to the Landon place. Mom needed butter or some such. The Landon house is out on the edge of the swamp, remember? I remember it was a dark night. The moons were just shadowed by clouds. I didn't see them coming. Some cloaked figure. Some of those gray-skinned dwarves who attacked West Harbor. They asked a lot of questions. I didn't want to tell them anything. But their knives were sharp, and I think I would have told them anything to make the pain stop. I'm so sorry, Janek. How did you escape? They just left me to bleed. Chasing you down was all they cared about. I managed to crawl to Brother Merring. I wouldn't tell him what happened. Made him promise to keep quiet. You've got to forgive me for what I've done. Everyone breaks under torture. Everyone. That's what Brother Merring said. I've had nightmares ever since. Brother Merring said I needed to do something about it, or else it would eat at me until there wasn't anything left. Once you came and you were asking for help, it dawned on me he's right. I know I've got my problems, but I know I can help. Many heroes have had problems. You can overcome them. I will. I will. This is hard to tell you, but I'm glad I did. Can we talk about something else, Captain? How are you doing? I'm doing better, Captain. Our talk, well, what we talked about, it's really helped. I think it's even helped with the training. At least Kana isn't yelling at me quite so much. That's good, and nice to see you again, Captain. What do you think about the war? The Mare is always dangerous, but the King of Shadows makes lizardlings and swamples look like kobold runts. It's gonna be a tough fight. Ever consider adventuring with me again? Thanks, but no, I get plenty enough excitement in the Great Cloaks. For some of the things you've done. Even if they're as blown out of proportion as one of Georg's tall tales, well, you got to be a little not right in the head to dive into those odds. How are you doing? It goes. I have a question for you, Kana. She believes in you and your cause. It's like you're a god to her or something. She's willing to die for you without a second thought. How do you do that? How do you ask someone to give their life for you like that? I expect everyone to carry out my orders without fail. My objectives are what's important. Yes, lawful evil. Good. But those are lives you're talking about. So many lives. Kinda wants me to lead my men, but I don't know if I can ask them to do something that will most likely get them killed. You'll know what to do when you need to. I have confidence in you. The other soldiers don't sense it. But there's a battle brewing. I served in the militia long enough to feel it in my bones. War's coming, and I don't know how much a couple of harbormen can change it. What are they training you in these days? I finished my basic training. I've got some men under my command. Kana hasn't decided whether to hold me and my men in reserve for special assignments or put us on the field with the other men, or on patrols and the like. What do you want to do? I'll follow orders, Captain, but in this case, it doesn't matter much to me. I think you're best at patrolling. You do well keeping the trade roads safe. I think so too. I think Kana is leaning in that direction also. Anything else? Very well. Okay, so we have another sergeant, and he's going to help make the roads a little bit safer. Alright, let's get the tower rebuilt. Here's Master Beetle. You've been knighted, Captain? This changes everything, don't you know? And this pile of rubble will no longer do for you. Oh no, everything must be pristine for a glorious knight, Captain. So if you ask, I will mention to the stone quarries exactly who my illustrious patron is. And I will get you stone. Imagine what we can build. And how much is it going to cost me? Why must it always be about money? Can it be about the art? But I must tell you more. There are two great buildings that are rubble now. One used to be a guard tower, the other a church. They'll be important buildings for your keep. So you should find people that could use them. Many people would clamor at the chance to be here, so choose wisely. Any ideas on what we could do with the tower? Perhaps Cernaval could use the tower for something or other. There are probably more that are interested as well. Who would be interested in the church? Funny you should ask. I've gotten a couple of requests while you're away. The first request was from Ivar the Blessed, a holy priest of Tyr, who says he'll set up a mission here if you restore the old church to its former glory. He even offered to help pay for rebuilding the church. Ivar will probably want to help you repent and atone for your evil ways. That's fine if you're into that sort of thing. The other comes from a monk named Roland. He says he's the master of the Sun Soul or some such, and he's looking to pass on what he knows before he dies. Beyond rebuilding the church or converting it to a monastery, I'm fresh out of ideas. I want to rebuild something. Yes, I have some good news. Since Nasher has made you official owner of this keep, you now command the resources of all the quarries in this region. We now have access to the material needed to rebuild these two eyesores in the courtyard, the tower and the old church. Before I leap in and rebuild them, though, you'll want to determine what you'll want to put them to. Perhaps you can question people around the keep about what's needed. What part of the keep do you want to talk about? Tower and the old church. Well, I don't want to rebuild the tower as a guard tower. Both the guard tower and old church line ruins. A waste, I tell you. Tell me you have ideas for them. Things for me to build. No, there's a wizard who will show up, who will offer to convert it to Wizard's Tower. It'll be twice as expensive, but worth it. Oh yeah, and here's Kralver Earlingstar. Wait please, Captain. I've been waiting to extend to you an invitation from Luskin. We have pressing business, which does not include invitations from Luskin at this time. I'll thank you to step aside. Very good. Yes, fine. I'll just wait then. Oh, great. We have another cutscene. No? No cutscene?
Yes?
I'd like to know more about what Torio said about you at the trial.
There was a time I dwelled amongst the towers of Luskin, yes. For anyone interested in arcane knowledge, the Masters of the Towers have an impressive collection of artifacts. But simply being in their employ is not enough, and the things requested can even make the greatest of artifacts pale by comparison. And one day I simply could not continue to do what I did. The smallest refusal, and one is marked for death. So I came here, sought protection in Neverwinter. I moved my shop down here in the docks in the hopes of avoiding notice.
Do you know anything of the Master of the Fifth Tower's plans?
Garius, yes, ambitious, driven, yet I find it strange he would be Luskin's ally in this. Luskin seems so short-sighted, and Garius's horizon is broad indeed, and he was never one to put the city's concerns first, nor were any of the mages of the host tower.
Alright, I had another question.
Very well. What answers do you seek?
You know what? I don't think we have anything else to really ask of him. We do have some books to put away. Oh, there's Aldenon. Oh, well met, well met. I say, there sure are a number of visitors dropping by of late. Oh, Aldenon, I heard you had found something. No doubt something I'd want to hear, since it will no doubt put my life in jeopardy soon enough. Well, yes, I do have news. You see, I've made some progress on finding a way to breach the claimed lands and enter the Vale of Myrtleane. One of 3 challenges solved, really. Tell me about your breakthrough. Well, you see, you won't turn into zombies once you enter the Vale of Myrtleane, which I think is quite a good omen. Omens aren't good by definition, Aldenon. Well, of course they are, especially with the little milk and duskwood jam. But you see, the life-draining effect of the King of Shadows isn't stronger in the center, as I expected. It seems to be strongest at the edges of his territory, where it spreads outwards. So while you couldn't walk there, if we could hop over the wall, so to speak, then that would give you your best chance at striking at the King of Shadows. Why would that be? I'm not sure, only that it is true. The King of Shadows' hunger is less at the Vale, and stronger near the border of the claimed lands. It may be because he's already drained the life of the Vale outwards. More lives around the edges, so maybe that's where the effect is concentrated, kind of like the delicious icing on a foul dark cake. So you mentioned that was the first challenge. Getting there, you see, is the problem. To do that, we'll need to create a portal, and then tell that portal where to create its other end. You can't just have it appear anywhere, you know? It has to appear in the Vale. And how would we do both of these things? What do you need to create a portal that's large enough? Well, when Garius invited me to this keep, kidnapped. Yes, when Garius invited me, one of the tomes he had me translate was a fascinating work called the Tome of Ilkazar. Garius has the tome? Yes, he was using it to transport legions of blade golems to and from the Vale of Myrtleane. There's no reason we couldn't use the tome to create the same portal and use it to hop into Myrtleane, as if we were golems. Except that Garius, or one of the Shadow Reavers, has the tome, and is probably using it to control the golems. Yes, but that's a minor inconvenience, one of many which I'm sure you'll be able to overcome. I've heard enough. Let's go. Alright. So we have a lot to do. We have to go talk to Kana. We probably have to talk to some other party members. We have to advance time a little bit. And we have to level everybody up, which I think is going to be first. And we have to do it in such a way as to maximize the spells that we get and do it the most efficient way. So anyways, this is Big Low signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, man. Tango Windia.